Thanks to your wonderful support of the Big Dinner in 2015, 500 Miles has been able to continue supporting the development and delivery of prosthetic and orthotic services at our 2 centres in Malawi. A prosthesis is a device which replaces a body part which is missing, whereas an orthosis is a device like a splint or brace which supports a body part which is physically there but which is weak or doesn't function properly. Since 500 Miles came to Malawi, we have produced well over 16,000 devices for over 9,000 patients. Here are some good friends of 500 Miles to tell you about some of our patients.
Susan was only 18 when she had her legs amputated. For the last 9 years, she's been living her life on 500-mile legs. Susan is now 27 and lives in the village of Candy, where she started her own tailoring business, designing and manufacturing dresses.
Alec is a single father of 5 children. With his full leg prosthesis, he is able to support his family by working as a carpenter, and he uses his bike to get about.
Reed is 2 years old. 9 months ago, he had to have his left leg amputated below the knee due to gangrene. Thanks to his prosthetic leg, he was able to start walking, just like any other child. He will rely on 500 Miles support to help him with new devices as he grows.
500 Miles has also sponsored international qualifications for 11 Malawians, including 2 degrees. But it was always our intention to create, incubate and then hand over our 2 centres. And so we are absolutely delighted that on the 1st of July this year, Mzuzu Central Hospital and the Malawi Ministry of Health will take over full responsibility for our centre at Mzuzu Central Hospital. And the woman in charge will be Benedetta Singiri.
I'm looking forward to be the manager at the Central Hospital Prosthetics and Orthotics Center because this center was built by 500 Miles in 2012. So it's like it is having a good foundation. And I've seen how things were being managed very well. And on top of that, they have managed to train diploma the bachelors so that when they are leaving, they have left a good foundation. We have a lot of people in the neighboring region who wants to be assisted with prosthetics and orthotics. So I have a lot of work to do.
It's time for Malawi to look after its own people. People like Charity, who recently visited us with her father Andrew.
Charity is one of my daughter and is the firstborn daughter, 9 years old, born with one leg which is short and one leg which is long. At first, Charity was not able to walk. My wife was just using to carrying out anywhere, but as of now, she is a happy girl because she's able to go to school and she is doing whatever she likes in her life.
Now we need to focus our attention on supporting our centre at Kamuzu Central Hospital in Lilongwe to develop its autonomy, ready for it to be handed over to the Malawi Health Service in 3 or 4 years' time. Malawase Muntali is our senior prosthetist orthotist and Samuel Mekamera is our most recently qualified professional.
500 Miles P&O Center was opened in 2009 in March here in Lilongwe, and it's a very busy center.
Every month we've been delivering over 100 devices to patients and the demand has been growing.
There are some patients who come regularly, for example Felix Tiberius, and he has gotten different kinds of sizes of processes.
My name is Felix Tiberius. I am 13 years old. 500 miles.
Felix tunasangalana naye kujonekile usama kumuba amakaji bonso tunasanga kama sewe nje neso moyo wange ndibakausangalana kwambiri.
The sport I ride is football and running.
Yesu stulu amakoza kuno kwambiri. Ndipo moyo wange ndibakausangalana kwambiri.
Tomani mafuna takalira dogora. Mafuna nditeta tatiza so. also the name.
500 Miles KCH has organized full outreach programs, of which we are working with different organizations. So currently we are trying our best that we may reach most of the district at the central region. So we are hoping that when we're having more of these outreaches, we'll be discovering new patients who may come in at the center and get their prosthetics or orthosis and then be independent on their lives.
Zinanga ndi Mpanda ndi zaka 28 lero ko hambu ndi mbali yanga ina zebeze kuti hambu jana icholo chigaye muno kuti ayipini nankanika yetha balance pamene inazouluka kuzandani kuzandigunda pamene vanabwera yani vanabwera fulo ili pamene amantumiza 500 miles moyo wanga unavutika kwambiri ndazo kuti ndi muchipinjo kuti ndikawanga business ndimayima bwinobwino ndimapanga business ndimagulisa mali ndimagulisa makastoma ndiraima bwinobwino kupita koda ntawoni kubwereraso bwinobwino zimandithandiza zimene zonse ndimona kuti ndinokhala ndoti ndiyosagwira ndoti zikhala zoti mwina kaya sopo chani mafuta azoya ndani akundisowa.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Ngoma, the Hospital Director for Community Hospital, who have been working with 500 Miles for quite some time. And now it is time for us to take over the management of prosthetics and orthotics services at Campus Central Hospital. We would like this handover to be gradual, orderly, and sustainable. And in addition to that, the prosthetics and orthotic services are going to be housed in the newly constructed Lilongwe Institute of Orthopedic and Neurosurgery Hospital, which will open its doors in the first quarter of 2022. The beauty about this is that the prosthetics and orthotics staff will be working with their physiotherapy colleagues, and for this to happen, we will need more trained staff.
Alwyn Kawonga has just begun to study for his 3-year diploma with the Cambodia School of Prosthetics and Orthotics, and he will fly to Phnom Penh to continue his studies just as soon as COVID allows.
I'm so much excited about my study because my study, they are able to impart me knowledge more especially on perceiving the patient and how to respond to the patient, as well as providing good quality devices to my fellow Malawians, because when my fellow Malawians are happy, especially people with disability, then I'm also happy. Like Rosemary, Banda, Felix, they are the patients which, when they are coming out the center, I want to provide to them a good quality devices.
Ine ndine Rosemary Banda, ndipo ndine zaka 56. Ine moyo wanga unasinthika kuyambira tsiku limene lolo limene lidalandira mwendo. Kupanda 500 miles bwenzini ndikadakwawabe, bwenzi ndikadayendera ndodo, kapena bwenzi ndili pa wheelchair. Koma nditangoti ndalandira mwendo umenewo, bapo ndimathamanga. Kuchapa, kusita, kusambisa adzukulu amene ndikukhala nawo ku skulu kumene ndimaphunzitsa ndinabwereranso mu July ndikuyambanso kutani kuphunzitsa ku skulu panopo bodzi ndinasiya ndinapanga titaya koma nkuti 3 years imene iyi ndikubwera ku ntchito ndikuphunzitsa china chilichonse ndikumapanga chofunikira pa skulu.
Please support the Big Dinner too and help us to help Dr. Ngoma, Malawasi, Samuel, Alwyn and the whole team to take over the Lilongwe Centre, giving many more children the chance to go to school, many more adults the chance to work, and everyone the chance to live their lives to the full.
We really need this service in Malawi for the long term. Sit down to eat in your country, and in Africa someone will stand up and walk.